KREM 2 News at 4 begins now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
It's good to have you here tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. Well, the time to cast in your final votes for the Washington presidential primary and Idaho just a few hours away. Today marks the first time that Washington's primary falls on March 10th, and also the same in Idaho. And it is now a primary vote instead of a caucus.
Our team coverage is live in Spokane, where vote-by-mail ballots are being counted, and in Idaho, where voters are being asked to go to the polls.
So first, we're going to head over to KREM 2's Tim Pham, who is live in Spokane, where people getting ready to put those ballots in the drop boxes. Hi, Tim.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, Whitney, Tom, It is very busy here at the election office here in Spokane County. There's a lot of people trickling in here, finishing up last-minute details to make sure that their voices are heard in this year's presidential primary here in Washington. There are some changes, as you guys said, this year to the primary this year. And we're going to talk to Vicki Dalton. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Vicki, how are things going today?
Well, we have a lot of people coming through the door down here, so I've been working crowd control, and I'm taking a break from that.
I've seen that.
So,
what is the number one thing you're seeing for people coming in? What's the biggest issue you're seeing that maybe they could avoid so they can make the process smoother for you guys?
Well, we have two things right now. People who are coming in to register to vote, and then people coming in who did not receive their ballot. So either way, remember, we're a same-day registration state now, so you can come in and register at any time. You don't have to wait till Election Day. And then if you don't get a ballot, contact us before Election Day so that we can send you another one out.
Yeah, folks have till 8 o'clock tonight, but there are some key differences this year that there's also been a lot of rejected ballots, not just in Spokane County, but across the state. Explain why those ballots were rejected and how can people avoid having their ballots rejected?
So we're seeing almost 5% of the ballots coming in with the same error, and that is people are not marking a party oath. People have to remember this isn't a normal election. This is a political party activity. So if you don't like the political parties, then don't participate. But if you want to participate, you must mark one of those oaths. Now, if you didn't, we give you a second chance. We'll send you a letter. You have the opportunity to pick the party oath and get that sent back into us so that we can count your ballot. Remember, your vote is secret, but the oath that you mark on that envelope is public information.
And Vicki, you were telling me that letter is going to be mailed out, but then they have a little bit of a wiggle room, some time to turn that back in. What is that date that those ballots have to be returned back, the second chance that we're talking about?
So that letter has to come back to us by the 19th. Your ballot has to get to us either tonight by 8 o'clock or be postmarked by tonight. That's the ballot itself. But that letter to rescue your ballot, that has to get back to us by the 19th. Yeah.
All right, Vicki Dalton, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We sure do appreciate it. Again, as Vicki said, your ballot has to be postmarked by 8 p.m. tonight if you want to participate in this election. We'll have much more coming up in our 5 o'clock show. For now, reporting live in Spokane County, I'm Tim Pham, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Tim. Good information there, because we know there have been a lot of questions about it because it's different this year.
And a lot of people thought they could just not put mark a party designation. Now we found out you can't do that.
Not getting counted. In North Idaho, voters have also been heading to the polls in person all day. That's opposed to the mail-in ballots here in Washington. Idaho has 20 delegates up for grabs tonight.
KREM 2's Taylor Vido is covering the primary from Coeur d'Alene. He joins us live with the latest. Taylor.
Well, yeah, guys, this polling place that we're at is located at a Kootenai County Fire and Rescue Station. This is on the western edge of Coeur d'Alene, just across the street from the Kroc Center. Staff here tell me that in terms of voters showing up to the polls today, it's been slow but steady. Elections volunteers add that they've been registering some new voters at this location as well. Of course, Idaho's population, and especially the population here in Kootenai County, has been growing in recent years, and that has some political analysts looking ahead to primary results from the state. Now, Idaho's Republican primary is available to registered GOP members, but unaffiliated voters can choose either a Democratic ballot or a Constitution Party ballot. Once that happens, they must then stay within that party's ticket. But here in Coeur d'Alene, the polls will close at 8. At that point, polling place staff will start their formal process of counting the ballot. we'll start getting some results out of southern Idaho. Around 7, though, given the time zone difference. The Associated Press reports that President Trump is expected to have little difficulty winning the primary or the state in November's election. In 2016, Democrats picked Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton during a caucus. Now, keep in mind, voters in Idaho will head to the polls again in May for another primary. That vote will feature both state and local elections as well. Some seats up for grabs include Congress members, county commissioners, and the sheriff's race. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Taylor Vito, KREM 2 News.
Taylor, thank you very much. We also wanted to pass along a helpful reminder about voting today. People can still register to vote today in both states. You can look up the closest place to do that because you have to do it in person. You can find that on your county elections website. Washington voters need to postmark the ballots or put them in a drop box by 8 o'clock tonight. Polls close at 8 as well in Idaho.
So if you want to know where you can drop off your ballot instead of mailing it, just text ballot to 509-448-2000 for ballot drop-off locations.
And of course, once the results come in this evening, we'll be bringing you the latest on KREM.com, as well as our Facebook and Twitter pages and live on our KREM 2 mobile app. All right, let's switch gears from election. Let's talk a little bit about weather. Pretty dry, pretty mild, kind of cloudy, but really not all that cold.
No, not at all. But wait till the weekend.
Do I have
Winter.
to?
Oh my gosh. Winter weather returns with a vengeance for the weekend, folks. I mean, we've got, this is 2 days in a row the computer models have indicated a monster cool down and snow developing Friday night into Saturday. How much snow? We don't know the amounts yet, but we do know it's going to be very cold and windy Friday into Saturday. Current look at your satellite and radar picture. A lot of cloud cover across the area, and you can see the rain and the snow showers taking place. Here's a closer view. Most of these are in northern Idaho, a little bit in northeastern Washington. Not seeing much in Spokane. It looks like maybe around Micah Peak and the hills south of Liberty Lake. You're seeing a little bit of shower activity, but the brunt of it is occurring, as you can see, Bonners Ferry, down towards Newport, Old Town, Idaho, Sandpoint, those communities in northern Idaho either seeing rain or snow at this particular time. It is windy. Wind is out of the southwest at 21 miles an hour. We have a current temperature of 48. Look at the day planner forecast. A low tonight of 34. We'll look for mostly sunny skies tomorrow, a high of 51. Hope you enjoy that sunshine and warmer weather because look at this. Not a misprint. Saturday morning's low 19 degrees and then a high of only 32. That means the snow would stick. We'll look for mostly sunny skies on Sunday. Again, very, very cold. 14 the low, then a daytime high of 33. I'll check the rest of your 7-day outlook, all coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Tom. All right, new at 4 tonight, a Post Falls police officer is out of the hospital after a suspect shot him last week. The Post Falls Police Department released an update today saying Sergeant Justin Anderson will continue his recovery with family and friends. He was serving an arrest warrant at a home in Post Falls and was later shot after he and another man exchanged gunfire.
Well, here at KREM 2, we want to stop the spread of unwarranted fear and provide you with actual facts about the coronavirus. According to King County health officials, at least 162 people have tested positive. And of those people testing positive, 22 people have died in Washington. In Snohomish County, 1 has died from the virus. The majority of people who died, though, were older and had underlying medical conditions. Today, the Snohomish Health District is now looking into a presumptive positive case from Josephine Caring Community Facility located in Stanwood. They say a woman there is in her 70s and she tested positive after visiting a hospital. The facility also holds a child care center and is taking action to separate them.
Meanwhile, Washington Governor Jay Inslee announced new policies today to combat the impact of this coronavirus on the state. Among those changes, state employees impacted now have the option to work from home. Sick leave will also be expanded so that patients will not be required to take existing vacation days. Isolated patients without any sick leave will also be eligible for unemployment benefits. Governor Inslee also issued new rules to protect older adults in nursing homes. Visitors, staff, and volunteers are now required to follow coronavirus screenings. It comes as the state tries to slow the spread of this virus, especially among older adults.
Today we're announcing some measures we're taking to help families who will have some economic dislocation or would otherwise have that dislocation, but for the measures we're taking to give those families additional economic security to deal with this issue. Today I'm joined by...
So earlier this month, Governor Jay Inslee declared a state of emergency, and that frees up additional federal resources as well to help contain the virus.
Also on the west side of the state, the University of Washington Medicine has established a drive-through testing clinic. This is used to screen its employees and students for coronavirus. It started Friday at the Northgate campus. It is set up in a parking garage. Employees and students can make an appointment. Once they arrive, workers in full protective gear collect nasal swabs through the car window. One screens for the flu and common cold and the other for coronavirus. University leaders say there are several benefits to this procedure.
Our mission is twofold. One is to protect our employees and the other is to protect our community. And what we've learned from viruses like SARS and other coronaviruses is that they can really rapidly disseminate through a hospital and cripple a healthcare workforce. And we're trying to stay ahead of it and prevent that from happening.
Yeah, the health officials there say they are testing between 40 and 50 people a day. As of Monday, they had not identified any positive coronavirus tests.
And the number of coronavirus cases across the U.S. continues to grow as well. Another batch of passengers now getting off of the Grand Princess cruise ship in Oakland, California today. Most of them headed to a U.S. military base now for testing and 14-day quarantine. CBS News is reporting 19 crew members and 2 passengers on that cruise ship have all tested positive for the virus. The ship has also been linked to 12 cases from a previous trip, including one man who died.
And today, the governor of North Carolina declaring a state of emergency due to the coronavirus outbreak. North Carolina now joins 8 other states in declaring a state of emergency. It comes as cases in the United States near 1,000 and the death toll climbs above 25. State leaders make these declarations to expand resources and receive additional funding on the state and federal level.
Again, we're focusing on the facts, not the fear about this coronavirus. We've been getting a ton of questions from you. We're working every day to make sure and get answers so we can address your top concerns. And you can always get the latest on the current outbreak. Just text the word facts to 509-448-2000. Still ahead tonight, the Gonzaga men's basketball team advancing in the WCC tournament.
They had me a little worried last night. Hey, we want you to weigh in on your predictions for tonight's game as they take on St. Mary's. Get out your phones and vote now whether you think the Zags will win against the Gales. Head to KREM.com or download the app and we'll reveal the results when we come back.